I'm Joe. This session is on transition curriculums, and what we want to do this time is just give you a look at various transition curriculum options and let you see kind of what they all look like. This is kind of a variety of what some of our teachers are using in Okaloosa County and other places. If you see something that catches your eye and you might want to give it a try, let us know. This is the time to really let us know so that we can give you some training and so that we can get things going for next year. So give them a look and let us know if there's something else out there too that you think we might be interested in. Let us know about those, and so we can let everybody else know. So, transition curriculums, session 2. So I'd like to talk about some curriculums that we use here in Okaloosa County, and I know a lot of you are familiar with the Dare to Dreams books. This is the older version, Dare to Dream Revised. It's put out by the Bureau for Exceptional Students, for Exceptional Education and Student Services, and it's really for our lower level students. I know that you can go through and do the complete curriculum, or you can pull pieces of it. It's never, you don't have to go through the complete curriculum, but it is available, and you can download it from the Bureau's website. The other Dare to Dream book is Dare to Dream for Adults. It was put out in 2004 and revised in 2006. This one is higher level, so you might want to use it with your higher level kids or high school kids. This one actually, it goes into more post-secondary issues and concerns, and what I like about it is it helps them create networks and talks about agencies and those kind of things in more detail. Helps them really get their life ready, gets all aspects of their lives ready for when they leave us at the age of 22. So those are the Dare to Dream books, and both can be downloaded from the Bureau, the DOE, the Bureau's website. And so in Dare to Dream Revised, you go through and the students work on various interest inventories and outcome statements, and they come to a desired post-school outcome statement, which, as you know, is a requirement when the student is going to be 16 before their next annual IEP. And so if you work your way through this book with the students, it really sets you up really well to be able to write a really, really nice post-secondary outcome statement or goal for the student. So it's a really nice way to get your curriculum and your IEP meshed. Another curriculum that is very effective with students with disabilities and other students as well is Standing Up for Me, and we've offered it as a face-to-face training in Okaloosa County. Fiddlers comes in and trains, and it's also been offered as an online training. It's just a wonderful self-determination curriculum for students. It is for students in elementary through high school. I know most of the time when you think about self-determination or you think about transition, you think of high school or middle school. But if you think about it, the earlier you start with teaching self-determination skills, the better it is for a student. So the advantages of teaching self-determination, if you think about it for teachers, It provides student input about their interests and strengths and needs and goals, and it can be used for educational planning and the development of IEPs. For the student, it encourages involvement and ownership in educational decision making, and for the parent, student involvement encourages more active parent involvement and interest. And the purpose then of Standing Up for Me is to help students with disabilities to understand the IEP process, and to help them be more actively participating in their IEP meetings, to take an active role. It actually encourages them to send invitation letters, to write goals, and then to evaluate how did it go. How can I help make sure that it goes better next time? So by learning self-determination skills at a young age, students will be more willing to participate and develop a better understanding of their unique needs and skills. Students need to understand what they're good at and what their needs are. And they need to be able to stand up for themselves. They need to be self-advocates. So it's broken into primary, intermediate, middle, and high school. That's the way the curriculum is broken up. All of the sections are divided into understanding the IEP, self-directed IEP skills, and then follow-up. So as far as students being involved, like I said, that is the big focus of Standing Up for Me. We hope to continue to, and we will continue to offer Standing Up for Me, and I encourage all of you to look for that training on My Learning Plan or through Fiddlers. As in goal setting, you want you want your students to be self-directed, and that should be a goal for each of you for your students. Standing Up for Me is an awesome curriculum for that. I want to one of the slides that we had in our training for Standing Up for Me was a quote from Bette Midler that said, "I didn't belong as a kid, and that always bothered me. If only I'd known that one day my differences would be an asset, then my early life would have been much easier." So that's kind of the essence of Standing Up for Me.
We wanted to provide you with an opportunity to actually see a student who is using the skills related to a self-directed IEP, and to see how that might actually look during an IEP meeting. So the following clip is of a student by the name of Matthew, and it's showing him participating in his transition IEP meeting.
I have put them all in a list for you to include on my IEP. Often when teachers announce what is going to happen, I don't always understand exactly what they mean. I wonder about when it will be time to do my favorite things. This can be very distracting. I get worried or angry when things don't happen as it is supposed to, or on time. I like to be able to know when things will happen. I would like to learn more about how I can work independently. This is hard for me right now because I don't know how to get started working. I don't know what to do first and what to do next. There is too much noise in the hall or in the room. I am worried that the work might take too long and I won't finish it. I like to finish things. Sometimes I just get confused. I like to get good grades. I do not like to make mistakes. Getting good grades makes me proud and happy. I understand it is okay to make mistakes, but sometimes when I make a mistake, it frustrates me and makes me not want to try my best. Sometimes in school, I feel overwhelmed. Things that make me feel anxious or worried are not understanding something. When too much is happening at the same time, something is not the way I expected, or kids that are being rude. I might refuse to do my work if I don't understand. I might cry or yell when I get really upset. When I get upset, I wish that I could be by myself where it is quiet. I want my teachers and the other students in my school to understand about me and my autism. It bothers me when kids laugh at me. I have a strong mind. Sometimes I want to do things differently than what the teacher says, but usually I do what I am supposed to do. The classes that don't make sense to me are math, language arts, and civics. It is easier for me to learn when it involves my special interests. My special interests are musicals, theater, computers, and theme parks. I would like to learn more about theater and drama. My dream is to write and direct plays. Thank you.
At this point, you have seen several of the curricula, many of which are directed specifically to the self-directed IEPs. Keep in mind that there are other curricula that are out there that help in this process. Choicemaker is one that is used in conjunction oftentimes with Standing Up For Me, and it is designed to help individuals with disabilities to actually learn to operate or run their own IEP meeting. I'm going to take some time and upload some articles that may be of assistance to you. In addition, I also have a template that you can use that helps students with the 10 steps that they would need to do in order to run their own IEP meeting. Typically in those steps, the student is going to begin by greeting everyone and stating the purpose of the meeting. Then they move into introducing themselves and other people who are present. They go into, at that point, identifying whatever post-school goals that they have. They talk about how they've been doing in school. And then they're going to request input from other participants in the meeting itself. After that point, they're going to identify their specific goals for that school year and then talk about supports that they feel they need in order to be successful in the school system. Then they'll summarize their goals, and then after that point, they'll review their support needs and finalize the IEP, and then of course they'll conclude the meeting by thanking everyone. At this point, this will conclude part 1. So you'll need to click on the link for part 2, and we'll continue with different types of curricula that you can use in relation to transition.